Hello. um, so today I am going to be reading a book to you all. It is the Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Creatures by John Malam and Steve Parker. I got this book a while back. My grandfather gave it to me. It was either for Christmas or my birthday, one of the two. But I had like a really big phase in like when I want to say 12 and 13, where I was really into dinosaurs. So, and I never really got around to actually reading this book. I read a bit of it over time, but I never actually went through the entire thing. So, why not? Why not now? So, there are, let me see here. It's a lot of chapters. We're going to start off with what are reptiles and the origin of reptiles. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this audio of me reading to you. Skip through the table of contents. Okay. Chapter 1. The ancestors of the dinosaurs. It's a lot of small text, so I'll have to make sure I know what I'm reading and make sure that I don't skip over anything. And I know there's gonna be a lot of words that like a lot of these animals that I'm probably gonna mispronounce, but I'm pretty sure they have the pronunciation in this. But okay. What are reptiles? Life first appeared on Earth about 3.8 billion years ago. From the first simple life forms that lived in the sea, life gradually moved on to the land and into the sky. Life learned how to survive in Earth's different habitats. Within each habitat were groups of animals specially adapted to live there. One group of animals that became very successful was the reptiles. Reptile characteristics. Reptiles are mammals with backbones. They are vertebrates. They lay hard-shelled eggs, have scaly skin, and are cold-blooded. Their bodies are the same temperature as their surroundings. Dinosaurs were the largest reptiles on land. When dinosaurs were alive, the Earth was very different from the world we know today. Um, there's a there's a picture of a bunch of dinosaurs on a landscape. This scene shows a landscape from about 100 million years ago. It was a time when the first flowering plants appeared, and when oak, maple, walnut, and beech trees grew alongside conifers, cycads, and ferns. Sorry if you're a plant person and I pronounced that wrong. I apologize. At one time, long ago in the prehistoric past, reptiles were given the most successful animals alive. Were the most successful animals alive. The time in which they ruled the earth is called the Mesozoic era. It lasted for about 185 million years, starting 250 million years ago and ending 65 million years ago. Mesozoic means middle life. It refers to an era midway between two other eras, the Paleozoic, ancient life, and our own Cenozoic, recent life. Prehistoric reptiles. In the Mesozoic era, reptiles dominated the land, the sea, and the sky. The other groups of mammals, the other groups of animals, such as mammals, fish, and insects, lived alongside them. Because reptiles were so successful during the Mesozoic era, this time of Earth's history is also known as the Age of Reptiles. Sea-living swimming reptiles belong to a group known as plesiosaurs. Sky-living flying reptiles belong to a group known as pterosaurs. And as for the reptiles that lived on land, they are best known of all, the dinosaurs. While dinosaurs roamed across the land, their reptile cousins commanded the sky and the sea. Fast-flying pterosaurs flew on leathery wings, and streamlined pliosaurs, and fish-like ichthyosaurs ruled the sea. Modern reptiles. After the Mesozoic era ended 65 million years ago, a new time in Earth's history began, our own era, in which mammals are the dominant animal group. Many reptile species, including dinosaurs, did not survive into this new age. However, some did, such as crocodiles, lizards, turtles, and snakes. There are nearly 6,000 different kinds of reptiles living on Earth today. The world's first reptiles appeared about 300 million years ago. These new kinds of creatures evolved from an older group of mammals known as amphibians, living a double life. The word amphibian means double life and describes a group of animals that can live both in water and on land. Amphibians were the first vertebrates to develop legs with feet and not fins. Their feet enabled them to move on the ground, and because their feet were webbed, they could also swim. Although they could survive on land, amphibians still had to spend some of their time in water. Like frogs and newts, their soft jelly-covered eggs, and early amphibians laid their soft jelly-covered eggs, in water. But in order to live entirely on land, big changes had to happen in their bodies and their way of life. Amphibians have feet that are adapted to their way of life. Their foot bones are different from the bones inside the fins of a fish. In an amphibian's foot, the bones are arranged like recognizable digits, which enables it to walk, climb, and dig burrows. Fish cannot use their fins in this way. For ancient amphibians, there were disadvantages to their watery way of life. Their young tadpoles were born in water, and many would have been eaten by predators such as fish and water scorpions. Adult amphibians face this danger too. For more of them to survive, amphibians had to learn to live entirely on dry land. Two big changes helped amphibians to live entirely on dry land. Over a long time, their thin, smooth skin thickened and became covered in scales. This new type of skin stopped their bodies from drying out. Also, they began to lay eggs with hard shells. Their young hatched onto land, not into water. These were the world's first reptiles. There are more than 4,200 species of amphibian on Earth today. They are divided into three groups: frogs, toads, newts, salamanders, worm-like cecilians found in tropical regions. They range in size from tiny frogs just 1/3 of an inch, 1 centimeter long, to salamanders that grow 5 feet or 1.5 meters in length. And that is that. So that was the origins of reptiles, and also what are reptiles. So in the next audio, we'll be going over all the different types of amphibians, and I'm flipping through these pages, and I can already tell that I'm gonna spend about 10 minutes just trying to pronounce these names of the animals. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something, and possibly were able to go to sleep. But if you are still awake, thank you for watching, listening to this video. And yeah, I will see you when I see you, which will be the next video. Thank you again, and